And then they draft Jelen Hurts. And I know, you're supposed to be able to handle that. But what bothers me about the Jalen Hurts thing, if you go look at what Buffalo has done with Josh Allen, they've rebuilt the O-line. They got him Cole Beasley, got him John Brown, got him Stephon Diggs. They draft running back. All they've done is support. Is it fair to at least criticize the Eagles front office and say, you need to be a little more sensitive with Carson Wentz? He's dealing with a Nick Foles backup complex. Jalen Hurts in the second round. You got every week there's a question about him. Or should we just say Carson Wentz, toughen up and deal with it?
Yeah, and boy, I don't think there's anybody in the country that doesn't respect and love Jalen Hurts. The way he handled that Alabama benching, and he goes to Oklahoma, first-class guy. You want him in your business. Whatever he does, he's going to make your company better. But are you going to really draft him and think that he's going to be an NFL quarterback at the next level? I would go back to that. It's bad enough taking a quarterback, but I think you take a quarterback that's really was not known for throwing the football. So it's almost a double whammy in my mind. And Carson Wentz, I just think that they gave him the big money, $128 million, and I just think that they think that he's better than he really is. And he used to make plays with his feet. He's having a tough time doing that now. He's making bad decisions, which tells you he has no confidence. He's pressing. And then you compound that with the injuries. So, why they would take a receiver, and nothing against Jalen Hurts. Like I say, I love the guy. But, boy, you take him in the second round. You're taking him, you're thinking he's going to be your future? Well, if you are, you better go to the offense, a quarterback read offense, because it's going to be different than what they're doing now. I promise you that.
Dave Wannstedt joining us, Bears and Dolphins head coach. I want to talk about Miami. So Miami has Houston's first pick and their own. Yep. So they're going to have once again. And, we talk about this, is that, Dave, sometimes the culture changes in all businesses, tech, football, everything. And now we're seeing these college kids come into the NFL, and hell, they're good now. Most of them are making it, and most of them are really good quickly. So Tua gets hurt again, and we think, oh, boy, all right, now Tua's hurt.
Yeah.
What if Tua, you put him back in, and he's okay, but he gets dinged up again. Would it be crazy to just go out and get another quarterback? Is it nuts? How long? I know it sounds nuts, but we know Flores is going to have a good defense, so that part I don't worry about. Right. The only thing holding this franchise back, Dave, is the quarterback. And we know it's not Fitzpatrick long-term, so it's got to be Tua. What are you going to be watching? If you ran that organization today, what do you got to see from Tua so that you don't go get another quarterback?
You bring up the injury thing. That's interesting, Colin, because that was the one thing. And I was talking to some general manager and that before the draft, and they went back to Tua's high school days. And he got hurt in high school, so he's had a history, obviously, of injuries. That was the only negative thing that some people had. You would hope that it's nothing long-term. We don't know what's going on inside that locker room. They just got to be careful of this. And I lived it at Miami. And I had Jay Fiedler, and I'm not saying that he's Tua. Although Jay Fiedler, we won 10 games a year for 4 years with Jay Fiedler. But it was never going to be good enough in Miami because of Dan Marino. Everything is compared to Dan Marino. There may never be another Dan Marino. So at some point, if there's not a problem with Tua and they don't think it's long term, the kid's only played a few games in the NFL. I think you got to roll up your sleeves and commit. And Chan Gailey's the best that there is, their offensive coordinator, quarterback coach here. He's doing a fantastic job between Fitz and Tua. So Miami's a tough city with quarterbacks. I lived it. We were winning 10 games a year, and all they wanted to do was get rid of Jay Fiedler. And so you got to be careful with Miami. How much of an opportunity did Josh Rosen get? And Josh Rosen's got talent. Maybe he'll never play in the league. Maybe he's done. But put that aside. He was a high draft pick. They gave up a second-round pick for him, and right away he played 1 or 2 games. And it wasn't good enough. Somebody else in there. At that position, you can waste a whole career. A lot of guys can lose jobs by rolling quarterbacks if you have a good one that you just need to spend time with and need to develop. And I think that's the case with Tua. I really do.
By the way, I said with the Seahawks this week, they really impressed me, Dave, is that Green Bay struggled stopping the run, and they have done nothing in the season with talent to change it. Chicago's offense needs juice. Ryan Pace, they've never gone out and acquired anybody. Seattle had a pass rush issue. They went and got Carlos Dunlap. Pete Carroll developed L.J. Collier, good young player. Before the season, they knew they had a pass rush issue. They got Jamal Adams, who's really a linebacker who blitzes. Seattle did something, Dave, it's hard to do. You have a real weakness, and you solve it in the season. Seattle now has got a top 5 pass rush in the league. Your thoughts about a Seattle football team? You go back to your career. Did you ever solve a major problem in the middle of a season?
In the middle of the season, I would say no, but I will tell you this. Our 4th year, we finished training camp. I mean, we're ready to preseason's over, and we are ready to start off. We're going to open up on Sunday Night Football against the Washington Redskins, who in the Super Bowl, I think the year before that or 2 years before that. Great football team, Joe Gibbs. And we went out.
No, where were you? Where were you coaching?
I'm at the Dallas Cowboys.
Okay.
And we finish, and we're getting ready to start the season. We're going to open with the Redskins. And myself, Norv Turner, and Jimmy Johnson went to a little Mexican restaurant, and we were sitting there, and we were going around like, what do we need? What do we need? And it was a pass rusher. We had Tony Tolbert and Jim Jeffcoat, and we had some great guys that really tried hard and were good players, but they weren't difference makers. And within 2 days, Jimmy Johnson made the trade for Charles Haley. We got Charles on a Tuesday. I got him ready. I think he played about 8 or 9 plays for us in third down situations. He played that week. He showed up Tuesday. He played that Sunday against the Redskins, and we won a Super Bowl that year.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to do that. You see a weakness, you got to solve it. You don't have time. Dave,